we want to make sure, let's see, record on the computer. Okay, we're recording. Welcome you guys to our Sunday night team huddle. This is always such a great time because I love seeing everybody's smiling faces. And I know we're going to have a lot more people hopping on. My name is Polly Brothers. I'm an independent consultant, executive regional vice president with Arbonne. And I am so excited tonight and so grateful also to our speaker because y'all, I mean, talk about last minute. Sweet Devin, I actually heard her training in our Green Bay leadership group that we're in with Donna Johnson. And it's been great to have all these amazing leaders pour into us. And so I guess it was maybe just this past week, Devin. I don't know when you actually did it, but I think I heard it this past week. I was on the treadmill at the gym, and I'm not kidding. I was like, tears were coming out, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, I love this girl and we have a lot in common. And it just really resonated with me, her story. And so when we were thinking about someone to speak tonight, I was like, I'm going to ask Devin. I had already been kind of messaging her. And this is one thing that I love about Arbonne, you guys, is the relationships that we make with people we would never in a million years have gotten to know. And so Devin is a regional vice president. She's been in Arbonne 1 year, you guys. So her trajectory is a little bit like yours, Andrea. She got to region in a year. She has a beautiful 4-year-old daughter. And I don't really know what else to say about her other than you guys are in for a treat. And I'm just going to pass it over to you, Devin, because I really want to give you all the time you want to take to share with us.
Thank you so much.
And y'all make sure you mute everyone, please. Thanks. Okay.
Thank you for that amazing introduction. Thank you guys for having me. I'm a crier. I always warn everybody that first and foremost, because I don't want you to think I'm crazy. I mean, I am a little crazy. But I am like, I can't not cry when I say things. So I'm warning you guys first and foremost, okay? If you could even like fake cry with me just so I don't feel like such a crazy person, I'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks. My name is Devin Della Valle. I am from Long Island, New York, and I'm really, really, really excited and a little nervous. I'm always nervous no matter how many times I do these things to be with you guys. As Polly said, it really is so amazing to be able to be in front of and connect with this many people in this capacity like this. It's amazing. And it's definitely the thing I'm sure most of you can agree that we love about Arbonne is that we get to do the things with like-minded people that are just so amazing and that we can pour into and take a lot out of and just build each other up and make each other better. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my story. I am 35 years old. Like I said, I'm from New York. I'm a regional vice president. I'm also a hairdresser. I own a small private salon here on Long Island. I've been doing that for a gazillion years, like 20 something years at this point. I am also a domestic abuse survivor, and I am also a recovering addict. So I had a really tumultuous years, 10 years to be exact, 10 to 20 years. I was with my abuser for about 10 years, and I was addicted and an active addict for about 12. It started a little bit before I met him, and then, as you could imagine, it got worse. And I honestly think that they went hand in hand now that I look back at it. And it's something, I say with a lot of transparency because I want you guys obviously to relate to me, and I want to be open and honest, and I want everybody to really understand who I am and why it's so important to understand how many different walks of lives can be impacted by Arbonne, and how important it is not to look at people as like things that have happened to them, kind of like, and just see the potential in them and see how their lives can be impacted positively by giving them this gift. So um I I really found myself at a point in life not dreaming anymore, through the relationship that I was in, and through the addiction. Like, I really found myself not dreaming anymore. And that was something that I didn't even realize that I had done, that I wasn't doing anymore. I just really didn't understand that there was anything left. I remember thinking at one point, like, every day and night, like, the sun would come up, and instead of like a new day being full of um, hope and dreams and all of these fabulous things, I remember each day the sun coming up being like, oh my God, another day. Like, I hope I'm just going to survive it, and I hope I'm going to get past it. Um, and it was horrible for obviously a really long time. I think that a lot of it, honestly, was that I just didn't think I was worth anything anymore. I don't know if anybody can relate to being in an abusive relationship, but um hold on one second. I'm sorry. Something just messed up my whole thing over here. Um I don't know if anybody could relate to being in an abusive relationship, but and it doesn't have to be a spouse. It could be anybody in the world, right? Whether it's your parents or maybe a sibling or whoever. When you're so beaten down all the time, you kind of start to really believe those things, right? You start to believe all of these things that are really false, but you've been told them over and over and over and over again so many times that you really start to believe them. And then you start to live them, and act like them and breathe like them and look like them. And they become part of you because you just are them all of a sudden. And even though every once in a while you kind of like wake up and you're like, wait, no, this isn't it. This isn't what I'm supposed to do. This isn't who I'm supposed to be. It's almost like that, like, drowning feeling of like you can't get out of it. And it doesn't, really even have to be, let's take being in a domestic situation out of it. Like, you could feel like that with a lot of things, right? We could feel like that with our business. We could feel like that if we have depression. We can feel like that a million different ways. We really can. And if you've ever felt that feeling of being so fearful in your life that you don't have faith anymore, it's a really, excuse my language, but a really shitty position to be in, right? It really took me a really long time to be able to come out of that. At one point throughout my situation, I had even lost custody of my daughter. She was about 10 months old. And I found myself at a point where I had no home. I was homeless. I was poor. I didn't have a dollar to my name. And for a very long time, I let that fear really take over me and disable me and my mindset in so many ways. The day that Arbonne was introduced to me, I really believe like my destiny was like collided into my universe, if that makes any sense at all. And I'm sure you guys can agree, Arbonne has been a huge blessing and an incredible vehicle. I know it has been for me in my life. And it's definitely helped me to be able to stay sober and provide for my daughter. And of course, I'm beyond grateful for the healthy living journey that I've been on, and the incredible people that I've come in contact with you guys along the way. So I want to share the topic of fear versus faith with you guys. And obviously, this is something that really hits home and, obviously very much for me. And I'm hoping that it will for most of you. Like I said in the past, I definitely had a fear-fed soul. And I don't know if any of you have ever felt like that before. Like you just feel like no matter what you do, you're kind of just fearing everything, right? All of the things that occupied, and I said this a little bit before, all the things that occupied my brain and my heart negatively every single day used to creep back into my headspace once the sun went up in the morning, and then also when it went down at night, because I knew that a new day was coming the next day and I didn't want it to, which obviously is super sad. um, I used to let that negative headspace devour me. And it would over and over and over again. A new day wasn't filled with hope and dreams. It was packed with dread and heartache, quite honestly. During my toxic relationship, like I said before, I was told that I was nothing, right? That I wasn't good enough, that I could never accomplish anything. I started to punish myself as I started to actually believe all of that. You see, as I said before, my domestic abuse and my addiction definitely fed off of one another. And it just snowballed and snowballed and snowballed until I eventually hit rock bottom. And if any of you have ever hit rock bottom, there's only one really good thing that comes out of rock bottom, right? That there's only up after that. You can't possibly fall lower than rock bottom. And if you do, then that means that you weren't originally at rock bottom to begin with, I promise. So just because you have fear, and I love this saying, love, love, love this saying, just because you have fear does not mean that fear has to have you. Okay. You're allowed to have fear. I'm not telling you to not be fearful, right? Because that's just absurd. Because you have fear does not mean fear has to have you. This is something that I believe I learned the hard way, for sure. um, Now, you might be thinking, okay, how can you tell me not to be scared, right? We all have battles in front of us that we've never fought before, especially in our business. How can I say, don't be afraid? We're supposed to be leading and talking and doing all these things that we've never done before, things that are new, things that are very, very scary, especially in a new business endeavor like the one that we're in, right? So how can I tell you to go in faith and do things blindly when we feel either under-resourced and discouraged, when we feel inadequate or we feel fearful? How do we get out of that mindset? See, I'm not telling you guys, again, not to be afraid. I'm telling you to feel the fear and do the damn thing anyway. It'll only make you that much stronger. Just because you feel scared doesn't mean you have to be scared. Just because you feel discouraged doesn't mean you have to be discouraged. Unfortunately, for most of us, our default setting is fear and discouragement. And the second they get us, they keep us. You see, God and the universe and your higher power, whoever you believe in is fine, or whoever you look up to, has given you a very unique destiny. And I truly believe this. I want you to believe that even though you can't see that destiny clearly in front of you right now, and I want you guys to know, as a regional vice president, as national vice presidents, as anybody, area managers, as district managers, as people, regular people, as mentors, as anybody that you look up to, anybody at all, nobody knows clearly what's in front of them and what to do. We're all figuring this out. I said this to Polly today. Like, I literally feel like every day I'm still learning how to be a regional vice president. I'm going to be honest with you. I have no freaking clue what I'm doing. And sometimes it's really freaking scary. Sometimes, I get in my head and I think, like, am I even, like, did I get here by chance? Did I like talk my way into this position and I don't really know what to do with it now? But the truth is, that's my fear talking. And that's my fear trying to take over what I've built and what I've done. Of course, I'm supposed to be here. I deserve to be here. And so does everybody else. We just need to be faithful and know that we are supposed to be here, and kind of like, it sounds really crazy, but like, you're going to almost, like, I used to almost hate the saying fake it till you make it, because I'm like, well, why would you just fake it? That's like, sounds kind of silly. But you really should. And not because you're being fake, because when you say things as if they're already there, and you say things with faith, and you don't say things with fear, they become your reality eventually. If you haven't read The Secret, you have to. If you read The Secret, read it again, because literally the universe gives you things that you ask for. I know that sounds like hocus pocus, and that sounds like complete bullshit, and I promise you it's not. If you ask for something, you will receive it, but you have to believe it. You have to fake it in your mind until your mind makes it, literally. So blind faith, and it sounds so crazy, but blind faith really is the key to success and to not having fear. Whoever you look up to has given you your destiny. So whoever your higher power is, your God, whoever you pray to, um, whoever you give yourself to, you know, guys, what I'm saying. That's who has your destiny, okay? I want you to believe that even if you can't see it very clearly right now, you have a destiny and you have a job to do on this earth. I'm going to be really honest with you guys. You need to know, the bigger your destiny, the bigger your enemies. And this, again, is something that I've learned the hard way, right? I'm not here to throw up a smoke screen for you guys and tell you, you know, just have faith and everything will work out, blah, blah, right? Yes, it kind of will. But there's going to be a lot of obstacles in all of that. There will be a lot of obstacles, big, giant blocked walls. There will be heartaches. There will be a lot of no's, like a lot of no's. There will be a lot of uncertainties. But when you walk with purpose, and I'm sorry, guys, my phone, I didn't put it on silent. So rude. When you walk with purpose, you collide with destiny. And this is one of those sayings, those like silly, cheesy saying mantras that I put everywhere, right? I'm sure you guys do that too. Hopefully you do that too. I even have it. My sister is a metal stamper. I even have it on my necklace, with destiny, right? When you walk with purpose and you do things with purpose, even blind purpose and blind faith, as long as you work with purpose, you eventually collide with your faith and with your destiny that you have. When you decide to start walking in blind faith, you will be able to conquer the biggest enemy of all, which is yourself. Because if you don't realize who the real enemy is, you will spend your whole life fighting the wrong things. How many times do all of us say, oh, but what do I have to do? Well, I'm confused on what the next step is, or I'm confused on this, or, oh, if she only answered me, or, oh, she really only signed on when she said she was going to, or if only my new district manager hit her whatever this month, like whatever it is, right? All of that time spent fighting all of the other things out there, and I can give you guys a million examples. It doesn't have to be those things in particular. You're spending time fighting the wrong demons. Pick yourself up, put that blind faith on, and keep walking. Faith does not eliminate the distraction or the discouragement or the enemy itself, but it will shift your attention for you to be able to conquer it all. So you might be thinking, how do you find your faith, right? How do you start believing before you actually see? The answer is to submerge yourself. Submerge yourself in self-growth, submerge yourself in books, submerge yourself in training, submerge yourself into things that make you happy every single day. Submerge yourself into self-care. And most of all, submerge yourself into income producing activities for your business. Don't let a negative thought, stay in your head. Don't let them lie there. Do not let them live there. Do not let negative words pass your mouth, ever. You have to see that the world turns and works on sheer attraction. The law of attraction is the most powerful entity, I can't talk tonight, in the entire world. How you carry yourself, what you surround yourself with, and who you surround yourself with are all things that are going to make or break your faith. Walking in blind faith is one of the hardest things that you guys will ever do, because it's not something tangible that you can touch. Faith is in here and it's in here. Faith is seeing the light with your heart, even though your eyes can only see darkness. Remember why you said yes to this incredible business in the first place. Surround yourself with your leaders that touch your soul. Write down their words. Live by them. Say daily affirmations. Plug in and push forward. And most of all, let your faith be way bigger ever than your fear. And I want to tell you guys, just to close up, a little bit about how I met my sponsor, because I think it's really important to understand the overall circle here, like the circle of Arbonne, the circle of life, because it's really so important. After I had, like I said, lost custody of my daughter, and I really kind of hit rock bottom, I got back up a little bit right before I met Arbonne. And this is kind of like the special, like the magical part of it, because I thought I was back on my feet. I had gotten a 1-bedroom basement apartment. I got custody back of my daughter part-time, and I bought a 20-year-old Jeep that I loved dearly. It was the first thing I ever actually like obtained on my own without my ex having control over. You know, he had to have it under his name. He had to make the payments. He dangled the keys in front of my face every day telling me that it wasn't really my car, like shit like that, right? So me like obtaining even these old things, the 1-bedroom basement apartment and the 20-year-old Jeep, it was still like, to me, I still broken. Obviously, I wasn't at rock bottom anymore, but to me, I was on kind of on top, I guess you can say, or I thought I was good, right? What I didn't realize was I still wasn't really dreaming yet. Like, I kind of just said, okay, mediocre is still good. It's better than what I was. So mediocre is all right. Like, and I never thought I was a mediocre person prior to being an addict. So I don't know why after I gotten sober, I still like thought it was okay. But because I wasn't hurting anymore, I was like, that's okay. I can have the mediocre things and it's all right. So I'm living in the basement apartment. I have the 20-year-old Jeep. I'm putting literally oil in it like every week just to get by because the thing was a piece of crap. And um I am at the salon. One of my girlfriends calls me and tells me that she has a client that she can't do and asked me if I could do her hair, right? So I said, yeah, sure. Have her come in. So the stranger walks in the door. Her name's Kim Banker. I don't know if any of you know her. She lives here in New York. And she sits down. I start coloring her hair. She starts talking. She starts talking about Arbonne. She doesn't throw up Arbonne on me, but she was pretty, she was confident in it. And she just kind of looked at me and said to me, you need this in your life. This is going to make your life amazing and that you're meant to do this. And I remember thinking, she's freaking crazy. I'm not selling shit. Like, is she for real? She doesn't know who I am. First of all, I'm this, that. Like, I'm already thinking in my head all the bad things I am and why she wouldn't want me. And then I'm like flipping it and thinking, well, I don't want to sell face cream, so I don't want to do it anyway. Like, I had all of these negative, crazy thoughts in my head and all these reasons why I shouldn't do it. And I hope am I frozen to you guys right now?
No, you're good. You're still
Oh,
good.
okay, good. You were all frozen. So I'm like, I don't know if, okay, all right. So she starts talking to me about it. She gives me at the time, right, an RE9 bag. And I'm like, all right, I will take it home. I will try it and I'll meet up with you in a couple of days. So I meet up with her a couple of days. I remember washing my face and using the products and thinking in my head, oh my God, this woman thinks I'm either going to buy these products or join her business. I can't even afford a face wash because I literally have $34. I'll never forget. I literally had $34 in my bank account that week. And my kid was like eating macaroni and cheese every single night. No joke. Um, and not that there's anything wrong with macaroni and cheese. We all love some macaroni and cheese, but you get my point. And I met up with her on the Monday and I walked into a Starbucks and she has all of her stuff laid out. Like she has a laptop open and she has books out. And I remember thinking in my head, oh my God, this woman thinks I'm really doing this. She really thinks I'm doing this. I don't know what the hell to tell her. I better just run. Like maybe I could just throw the RE9 at her and bounce, right? Maybe I could just literally leave. So as I approach her, she like felt my energy. She's like, just sit down and calm down. I'm like, I'm fine. What do you mean? I'm fine. So I sit down and quite frankly, she just spilled her heart out to me. Like she painted a beautiful picture of what Arbonne could be for me. And she looked me in the eyes and she told me, because I told her a little bit about my story. And she said to me, you were meant for way more than this. And you're going to change a million lives. And you literally just need to stop your shit and just take a chance. And I remember saying yes to her. My card got declined to even like become a consultant that night because I was like embarrassed and I didn't even want to tell her that I didn't even have the money, right? And she was like, it's okay. I'm going to help you and we're going to figure it out. Make some money at the salon this week. We'll get you products that are, really necessary. And you just have to promise me that you're going to be a freaking rock star and stop your shit and that you're going to open your eyes and start dreaming again. And I was like, oh, okay, stranger. Sure. I'll do whatever you say. And I mean, the rest is history. She has been an amazing mentor towards me. I call her my fairy godmother. She literally like bought my daughter her new bedroom set. Like I can't even imagine my life without her. But the point I want to make, and I know we're gonna stop soon, so I'm gonna talk quick, is there are so many Devons out there and there's so many people that need us and need a life-changing or a life-saving opportunity like this. And even I find myself doing it when I meet people. Like I find myself thinking, I don't think she'd really do this. I can save my bag for the next person I meet, to give my bag out to the next person to meet, to give it to them. Maybe I'll mention it to her the next time I see her. Like I find myself having that fear, right? And not putting my faith forward first. And then I talk myself out of it because I'm like, hey, if Kim would have been selfish that day and put her fear first and not her faith first, I wouldn't be here today, right? We wouldn't all be sitting here together today right now. It's created such a butterfly effect of beautifulness in the world. So that is the biggest tip I can ever give you guys. And the biggest thing I always tell everybody is just do it. Just have blind faith and say what you want to say and reach out to people and pour into them. And if you ever find yourself struggling, just tell somebody or just reach out to somebody. We're all here to help each other. And I love you guys. I do. Even though you're strangers, I appreciate everything and all of your faces.
Oh my gosh, Devin.
I hate ending things. I never know how to end them. I'm like, okay, I'm like, bye.
I know. Oh my gosh. So first off, we're like kindred spirits already because
Aw.
I know I'm crying too. Because similar backgrounds, but y'all, I mean, like that, I don't even know what to say. It was just so inspiring, and it's just so true that you just don't know who's out there. And I have always been taught, and I'm sure you've heard this, Devin, about not comparing my insides with other people's outsides.
Yeah,
You know,
I love that.
and yeah, so we need to remember that it looks like I might feel fearful, like you said, but you don't know what that other person is anyway, everybody is just saying thank you so much and how amazing this has been. And I mean, like, really, this has made our Sunday evening. And you
Oh,
just were so gracious to give us this time tonight.
of course. Of course.
Oh.
Anytime.
So I know that, oh, and then just some book recommendations if you have any, and then
Yeah.
we'll wrap it up because I know everybody's, yeah, but.
So The Secret, 100%.
Mhm.
The Go Giver Sells More. Beach Money.
That's awesome. Just 3 is great. Sorry, y'all, my husband. I know I'm coming. Hang on. My husband's saying, your steak is ready.
You're a badass at making money.
Yes, you're a badass at making money. That one is so, so good.
That's a really good one.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that so much, everything that you shared. And I know everybody else did as well. And I can't even say anything because, like, there's nothing to say to top anything that you said. I just took copious
I
notes.
talk a lot, so I don't
That's
blame
okay. We love you
you.
too. We love you so much, Devin. I
Thank
mean,
you. I love you.
you've just made a whole bunch of friends. So,
I love it.
all right. Well, everybody, I hope that you enjoyed that tonight. I know, mic drop. I can't even talk. I'm going to go cry now, and you guys have a great evening, and go bless somebody's life this week, and stop making it about you, because it's not about us. Let's go help someone. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much, Devin. Bye, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you
night.
so much. Bye, guys. Bye.